Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I want to address a couple of things which I think are very important. Okay, first of all, the idea of the debt ceiling. And actually, Ron Paul suggested that we just basically tear up the debt that the Federal Reserve holds in Treasury bonds. While that might sound like a good idea right on the face of it, actually what would be a better idea would be to nationalize the Federal Reserve. Take over the Federal Reserve, and while you're at it, you nationalize all the deposits that are in the Federal Reserve from the banks that got trillions of dollars from the Federal Reserve at about 1/4 fucking percentage point, and then put all the money that they just got from the Federal Reserve into the Federal Reserve on deposit, earning like 2% or 2.5% or something like that. Okay? You take all that fucking money and then you nationalize the motherfucking banks. That will eliminate a staggering amount of fucking debt that this nation supposedly has. And there's no reason why the debt can't be serviced. Especially if you nationalize the fucking Federal Reserve and you nationalize the motherfucking banks who took so much fucking money directly from the fucking Treasury and from the Federal Reserve. And when you nationalize the Federal Reserve, what ends up happening is now the government holds its own fucking debt. So in that particular instance, they can do whatever the fuck they want with it. Tear it up, declare it zero interest, downgrade it, whatever. You can do whatever the fuck you want at that point in time. Nationalize the Federal Reserve and nationalize the fucking banks. You get rid of an enormous amount of fucking debt and you make the motherfuckers on Wall Street have to pay something. For Christ's sake, can they be made to pay anything ever? And you also have the charade of Elizabeth Warren, who is having her confirmation hearings for the head of the Consumer Protection Agency, which was part of the Dodd-Frank financial reform legislation, which, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, woefully fucking inadequate. But, of course, in the clown-like theater that is the reality show of America, the Republicans, who are the, I guess they're the Snidely Whiplash of this particular drama right now, are painting the Consumer Protection Agency as some sort of shambling Lovecraftian nightmare just waiting to destroy every private business in the entire world with its vast, far-reaching powers of destruction that Elizabeth Warren is going to head and wield with impunity against all of the banks who are quivering in fear. Well, they don't even have very much power to begin with. But, of course, the Snidely Whiplashes in the current drama, that would be the Republicans, are painting it like some vast agency that can just, you know, blot out and strike down anyone with lightning bolts and thunder. Of course, it's all nonsense, but they're going to turn it into a big show. And, of course, she won't be confirmed. If she is, it will only be because they've already enacted massive defunding and massive cuts to the agency so that it's completely toothless. That's the only way she'll be confirmed. I mean, it might be a dual package. We confirm Elizabeth Warren and we gut the entire thing so that she basically just sits there and earns a paycheck so she can't do anything in her job. It's the only way that's going to happen. Let's see. What else do we have going on? There's one other thing. I've told you before that there is no political solution to what's happening in this country, okay? We've gone beyond political solutions. And I'm going to illustrate the point to you very clearly so you can see and understand that there is no fucking political solution. Look at Wisconsin, okay? We have had massive protests up there. They have actually gone about scheduling recall elections, okay? The approval ratings for the governor and all these people up there are incredibly low, okay? There is massive activity against the government. Now, you would think that at this fucking point in time, whenever they have already gone above and over the mark to recall the senators, the Republican senators that passed this piece of shit legislation up there that Scott Walker gave to the Koch brothers, cockheads, so that they could basically gut the entire fucking state and get rich off of it at the same fucking time on the backs of teachers, policemen, and other workers. You would think that if there was a political fucking solution that they have made their fucking case. But no, there is no effort on the part of people in that administration up there to do anything different, to even acknowledge that there is even a fucking problem. Scott Walker acts as though nothing is happening. The same thing is true in Ohio. Now, what do you suppose is going to happen in Wisconsin if the recall elections happen and Democrats get into office? Do you suppose that they'll pass a new bill which reinstates collective bargaining rights? Do you really think that's going to happen? It might. But it might not. If they spend half the time and half the energy in Wisconsin directly using activism against the cockheads, you might see some positive change. Same thing goes on the national stage. Same thing for Ohio. I'm not saying that you can't do this, that you shouldn't be active, that you shouldn't protest government actions. You absolutely should. But you should not make it everything, because there lies defeat. You're never ever going to solve this via political means. You absolutely have to have a program, and you absolutely have to protest things that go against your core beliefs. Granted. But you can see in Wisconsin that at this point in time, if we were living in a country where we followed natural law and physical laws of reality, which of course we don't anymore. We live in some kind of bizarro anti-universe where things are backwards, upside down, and flipped over. So that you have, like Governor Kasich in Ohio, who's completely oblivious. Well, he's not oblivious, but he acts like he's completely oblivious. What low poll numbers? What are you talking about? In my marionette puppet fashion. People don't like me. I don't understand. What are you saying to me? You see, it's just a big joke. It's a big show. And one final comment, okay? For those of you who say Social Security's broke and Medicare's broke and we need to get rid of these systems and all this kind of stuff, you know what? That's fine and dandy. You want to talk about giving something up? Give yours up. There are a lot of people in this fucking country who have paid into both of those programs and deserve every fucking thing that they should get as a result of paying into those motherfucking programs. I'm sick of seeing the rich and corporations get away with paying no fucking taxes and getting every fucking benefit of everything in this motherfucking country. And everybody is so quick to say, Social Security's broke and Medicare's broke, just scrap them. Fuck you! Scrap the fucking corporations and scrap the motherfucking banks. Nationalize all the motherfuckers. And eliminate a whole hell of a lot of fucking debt at the same time. And as far as taxes go, well, you know what? I'd be really happy if we had a system where we had no fucking taxes. That'd be great. That'd be great. But you know what? I would still want the rich and the corporations and Wall Street to finally pay something sometime, even once, for fuck's sake. So before we went to a fucking no-tax system, I want to gouge them motherfuckers for living on my fucking back for fucking years. And I'm sick of it. And there has to be a time where someone is going to fucking pay. And I'm sick of it being me, you, and my fucking grandmother if she was still alive. Oh, and the poor, and poor mothers, and children. They're the ones that always have to pay all the time, forever and ever, fucking men. And I'm done with that shit. You want to come up with a program where there's no fucking taxes, that's fine. But before that motherfucker goes into fucking place, I'm gouging every motherfucking corporation, every fucking bank, and every fucking firm on Wall Street, and I'm taking at least 50% of their fucking shit. Or they're nationalized. How's that? Because they have to pay sometime. Thank you. Good night.